tarot reading is always best when we ask open-ended questions. Today's timeless reading is asking the simplest question of them all. So, what do you need to know right now? Let's find out. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Granny B. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, I'm looking at the perfect open-ended question for you all. It might be something simple about everyday life. It might be changes that you haven't seen coming. It will certainly have to do with manifestation using the law of attraction, because that's the way my readings focus. Any extra information that you may need is, as always, down in the description box below. And I've pulled 3 piles of cards here. And I'm also going to pull a crystal card for each pile from this deck, Crystals the Stone deck, to give you the option of picking based on that. And as usual, I'll give you the name of the crystal here and read you the interpretation when we get into the readings. Here we go. Group 1, can I have crystal card 1? Yep. The crystal card for group 1 is, can I have a crystal card? For group 2 is Lepidolite. Crystal card for group 3 is a Labradorite. Now then, take a nice deep cleansing breath and then pick the pile or the crystal you are most drawn to, and then go down to the description box or the pinned comment and click on the timestamp there. It'll take you directly to the start of that. Group 1, 2, Lepidolite, or group 3, Labradorite. Group 1, hello, welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you. The rest. Your crystal card is Carnelian. Carnelian, what it is, a cherry red chalcedony used by ancient Romans in signet rings, wax doesn't stick to it, and by modern folk to ward off insecurities. Carnelian's fiery energy helps spin us out of fearful thought cycles and into action. Who needs it? The understimulated, anyone looking to get acquainted with their fears. Hello, fear, my name is your name. We have some beautiful work to do together now. STFU, and let's do this. Where to put it? Wherever you want to inject some passion and confidence, i.e. your palate or your pelvis. When to use it? When you find your creativity or sex drive on sleep mode. And the mantra is, go with your gut. Yeah, definitely second chakra. All the way through this reading, I just asked the simple question, what do I need to know right now? And I only changed which group I was asking for the question for each time. So I made it completely open-ended. The Energy Oracle. Happy family. If the 10 of Cups got together with the 4 of Wands, this card would be their love child. And they would choose the 3 of Cups to be the godparent. First point, family doesn't have to be related to you by blood. Family are the soul connections that you choose over all others. The old saying about blood being thicker than the water is only half the quote. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the waters of the womb, which means often you're closer to the people than you've chosen than those that you were born to or with. Close connections are available to you, so don't rule them out. This is also the possibility of getting close to someone who has children, the possibility of a relationship, and it could also be celebration of a life event close to you, wedding, anniversary, birthday. Dragon Oracle card. Water Dragon helps you flow easily round obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. Lots of lovely heart chakra energy here. And that's a key, I think, to what you need to know. Coming at everything from a place of love allows you to flow around your challenges without them affecting you. You know I'm going to say it though. Love and self-love, heart chakra opening up completely, always puts us in that perfect state of self-love. In my experience, that comes first. The card talks about Christ-light. I translate that into universally accessible imagery by defining it as pure, unconditional love. The Greek language has lots of words for love, especially when you're looking at New Testament Greek, ancient Greek. Think Shakespearean English as opposed to modern. Here the word they use for Christ-light would be agape. Look that up. Perfect and complete unconditional love. I think we could all do with that, and not just in challenging times. Just as important here is the development of psychic abilities. The heart chakra opening lets you access all those neuron cells in there and helps you develop that heart knowing to go with your third eye intuition. It's letting head and heart work together. Fairy Tarot. Ace of Summer, look at that. Open your heart to love. The beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. Open your heart to love. It's pretty clear that this is a good whack of the overall message here. And again, it's saying that this will open your psychic abilities. These are completely natural. It's also going right back to the happy family card there and saying that there's a possibility of a new rewarding relationship starting for you or deeper emotional connection in your current relationships. Believe in yourself and believe that you are worthy of being loved and that your love is something worth giving and receiving. Five of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. There are things, situations, or people that you need to cut out of your life here. I'm feeling that this is where you are right now. It's perfectly okay to change your mind and intend for something different if what you manifested isn't what you thought it would be. Going back to the heart chakra message, if visualizing seems to drag in unwanted results, then go even more general. Focus on manifesting the feeling that you'd like to experience, the love, the peace, the security, the abundance. But stay in your integrity whatever happens, because two wrongs don't make a right. Five of Summer. Trust that there's a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. Accentuate the positive. Don't focus on what you don't want. Keep your attention focused on what you do want. Or when you feel like screaming that what's happening is unjust, unfair, and if that manifesting worked, then this contrast wouldn't be happening. Look at how far you've come, seriously. The situation is now better than it was. Your situation is better than the historical situation. Let's not put filter lenses on that distort current circumstances for better or for worse. Five of Autumn. Reach out to others for assistance. Pull time in for a career change. Feeling challenged by money issues. Take your focus off the money. Focus on the feeling that you'd like to experience. Money will flow to you as a side effect of getting into that happy, heart-centered, unconditional agape love that lets you flow with the flow, instead of standing in the current being buffeted from all sides and trying to swim upstream. Nothing you want is back that way. The universe is constantly reaching a hand out to give you a hand up. All you have to do is notice it and take it, while staying in that loving trust that you are worthy, and that you taking your hand up only opens up the possibility of you becoming the universe's hand up for someone else when you pay it forward with love. 3 5s. Yep, I did notice. This is significant. 555 is an angel number. Big changes in your life that have been manifested in as your bridge of incidents unfold to take you towards where you intend to be. This is all part of your ultimate manifestations. This is how it's unfolding for you. Relax and allow it. Everyday Witch Tarot. 6 of Pentacles. What can you give back? I don't mean money. I mean, where can you give your loving attention to make the biggest difference right now? How can you support people coming from this place of love and trust, where you're not just banging your head up against the solid wall of other people's opinions, whether right or wrong, and doing no good? When shouting more loudly doesn't work, then what will? Don't feel that you shouldn't accept the help and support of others, either if given in integrity and received with gratitude, because that can only raise the vibration generally. 6 of Swords. Things are changing here, as we saw from these 3 5s. It's necessary changes that are leading you away from this challenge and contrast and towards easier times, going towards an easier path as you begin to allow rather than demand or force. The way you intend things to be is right, it's fair, it's loving, it's just. So it has to be, as long as you don't demand or force. Get to the place of feeling it in that perfect love and perfect trust and flow it in. You don't want to spend another moment in this energy. You're so over it that it's beginning to frustrate you, and that's holding you there. If you can't fix it, let it be, flow around it, and watch itself sort itself out behind you. Death, transformation and change, butterfly in the chrysalis stage. The tagline for this card is, when one door closes, another opens. Remember, you've got a chance of a new relationship coming in. A family who you choose, where that blood runs deeper than water. For a new situation to begin, an old one must end. This is a good thing. Haven't you been feeling that frustration, that something's got to give feeling? This is interpreted as the death of a situation in this deck. And I've often said that the card needs different symbolism, although, I like the Severus Snape look-alike here, garden to the doors to the dungeon. I'm also getting cord cutting here. Doing the meditations that let you cut ties to anything that isn't for your highest good. And you know what? It tastes like freedom, and it feels like, finally. Knight of Cups. And here comes your relationship offer. The Knight of Cups charging in to offer you this cup of love. So these changes were absolutely necessary in order for this to happen. This new relationship comes as a result of the work that you've done on yourself, the inner work, the inner transformation. Remember that it is head and heart together, though, both. Don't let your heart shout louder than your head. There's a balance. Your mojo coming back and then some. And I just got the mental image jumping in the puddles with both feet because you know it's fun and safe and you have your wellies on. Osho Zen. Conditioning. We are all a sum of our experiences until we become conscious of that. And it's not possible to get other people to understand our experiences because they are seeing it from their perspective, through the filter lens of their perspective. From your perspective, you're the lion amongst the sheep. From their perspective, they are. Neither perspective is right. We are all the lion. There are no sheeple. We're just at different points on the journey, on that sliding sideways scale where no perspective is truly objective. Celebration. Here's the Three of Cups popping in again. It's definitely in the collective energy, coming in soon. This card tells us that celebration shouldn't depend on circumstances. First, feel the joy. Oh yeah, unconditional joy is part of this unconditional love. It flows out of it, becoming more available to the love and the joy flowing out of life. Having joy in doing the steps that allow manifestations in. Feeling the feeling that you'd feel after they're manifested. Popping the champagne when you set the intentions and toasting the universe in gratitude for a job well done. Depression, this is how it's all felt for you. The energy that's over, the 10 is the end of the cycle. This is what the door is closing on. The energy that the 6 of Swords is you leaving behind. This is feeling like you have no power, that you've given your power away or had it taken away, and all of this has been shoved down inside you. Everything came at you and battered. You were standing stubborn in the full flow. And here, you can look back at this and realize that everything that happened didn't happen to you. It happened for you. Like those 3 5s there. Necessary changes that had to happen and that you couldn't hold on to. You had to flow with the flow. And suddenly you're in a boat and it's taking you from the rough waters to the smooth, easily and effortlessly. Abundance. This is the King of Rainbows, Pentacles. The essence of divine masculine energy who has mastered the physical. This is how abundance flows in. You get to the point where you can flow the unconditional love and unconditional joy, and that puts you in allowing, opens your barriers. You can flow your energy out and gently dissolve any barriers, knowing that you are safe, and then feel it all pouring back into you. No fear, perfect love and perfect trust. The guidebook talks about flowing the perfect union with the self, breaking through the stereotypes, the conditioning, and allowing the real you to shine. Everyday Witch card and Oracle, you got 2 cards here. Earth magic, oh, this is lovely. Connecting with the earth, Pentacles energy, that firm foundation that we all need underneath us so that we can flow that abundance, which is the ultimate Pentacles energy. You can tap into earth energy however works for you. I'm reminded of the shaman who went to New York and was taken to Central Park so he could tap into the energy of the open space. But he turned to a nearby building and hugged the face of it. He could feel the heart of the building, the heart of the city. I could too when I visited New York. There are 2 places in the world that I resonate with completely. The Isle of Mull and New York City. The point is that it doesn't matter if you're in the wilds of Scotland or the urban jungle. Earth energy still flows and we can tap into it wherever we are. Plant the seeds. 7 of Pentacles style. If you plant the seeds of your intentions in perfect love and perfect trust, then you'll reap the reward of abundance. The rewards that come with the mastery of the physical. There's a reason why Pentacles come last. We have to master everything else first. The cups, the emotions, coming to the end of that cycle, knowing how to flow agape and joy. Group 1, come at it all from perfect unconditional love, feeling as if everything is already sorted out for you. Feel that joy and trust that your true family is right there, about to open their loving arms to you. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, which is the best thank you that you could possibly give me, so thank you. While you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get a message whenever I upload a new pick a card reading like this one. I'm moving on to group 2 now, so bye, sending all my healing love and blessings to you and your loved one. Group 2, hello, welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and just let the rest be. Your card. Lepidolite. What it is, Lepidolite is a lithium-infused mica with rose and lavender hued spa vibes. Who needs it? The perpetually frazzled, the oh-so-cerebral, type A workaholics. Where to put it? In a bubble bath, on the meditation cushion, in the fetal position, when the pressure to be successful, fit and fabulous 24/7 365 is too much. Where to use it? When freaking out, or to prevent that, put the phone on Do Not Disturb, hold Lepidolite in each palm, and just let yourself be for 5 minutes. Relax the muscles between your shoulder blades, lengthen your breaths, and let go of all the drama. It wasn't yours to begin with. And the mantra is, enter your chill zone. All the way through this reading, I just asked the simple question, what do I need to know right now? And I only changed which group I was asking the question for each time. So this is a completely open-ended question. Energy Oracle card. Fourth chakra. Archangel Raphael. I always get the Lovers vibes here. Raphael is traditionally the angel on the Lovers card, although here it's all about heart chakra activation. Everything we see in this reading will come at all of it from the heart. The tagline for this card is love, compassion, and self-acceptance. So as always, when this subject comes up, we're talking about self-love first. That's not egocentric, oh, look at them, they love themselves, negativity-inducing attention-seeking. No. All of that stems from deep insecurity, and you can feel it in the energy given off. It's okay. Everyone is at their own point on the path. What this card tells us is that our self-talk should be as gentle and as compassionate as we'd give out to a loved one. Love thy neighbour as thyself. It means loving self too, gently, sincerely, seeing the best in ourselves and encouraging it. That way we can open our heart chakras and flow out that unconditional love. Dragon Oracle card. Earth and Air Dragon. Perfect. Represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. Head and heart in balance. We're talking heart coherence here. When we activate the heart chakra and sit in that energy, the heart goes into coherence and sends signals to the brain from the neurons in the heart. That allows us to still our mind chatter and really hear what the heart has to stay balanced there in that feeling of love. That puts us in the high vibration that's going to allow our intentions to manifest, and it's lovely energy. Fairy Tarot. Unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. I'm feeling that this is a repeat of an older message for you here. If your current manifesting methods aren't working, switch it up. Try something different. If you're doing modern methods, then try going traditional, Neville Goddard, Catherine Ponder, or switch sideways, Abraham Hicks, Vladim Zeland, Cynthia Sue Larson, or find another teacher that switches you to heart-centered from head-centered using science. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. The law of attraction works positively when we set our intentions and remain in integrity. The overall meaning of this card is that we are all one, and what you do for yourself you give out to others. What you do for others comes back to yourself. And yes, I'm putting that in that order for a reason. We tend to forget that first part, that self-care part. Self-love first. Princess of Summer, a new relationship or emotional experience, invitation to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. This could be someone coming in for you, flowing this energy, or it could be you flowing that energy out, which is basically what we've been talking about here. Be your own best friend. Do the things for yourself that you wish a best friend would do for you. That energy will attract the right people in for you. In the guidebook, it talks about this princess journaling and being creative with writing, and that might be a key message for someone here. The star. Look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. In this deck, it's translated like the process to manifesting. Have the feeling, here they say hope and faith. And then you get the happy changes that you've intended first. Feeling first, as it's always, once we get right down to basics, it's telling you that if you can feel into it or come at it from the balance of heart and head coherence, then you can get the intentions that you've set. As for faith, do you believe that what you intend could happen to someone somewhere? Yes? That's all the faith you need. Faith the size of a mustard seed is enough to move mountains. 7 of autumn, and don't dig up the seeds before they've had time to set root. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next step, a prudent investment of time or money. It all comes in perfect timing. Don't quit 3 feet from hitting gold. Remember, the thing that we should be putting effort into is being in this heart-centered, loving state, happy and grateful. None of the rest of it is our job. Stay in that heart-centered state and beam out gratitude. Set the intentions and let them go. Looking at how is digging up the seeds, and it slows everything down. Stay balanced. Be consistent. Everyday Witch Tarot. King of Wands. Aha, yeah, here's the inspired action. Doing the things that you just know you should do. Flowing in the actions that allows that bridge of incidents to unfold. Playing your part in the synchronicities that bring your intentions into being. The science tells us that this is a participatory universe. It conspires with us. But in order for that to happen, we are enticed into the right place at the right time. The only way that can work is if we are flowing that heart center, coherence energy that sets the flavor for everything flowing back in. Also, don't give your power away. Not to me as a tarot reader, and not to anyone else either. The devil, the illusion of being trapped. Don't fall into this energy. This is all about the unhelpful things that we do to distract ourselves out of the current reality. The things that social norm labels as addictions that we do in order for us to feel better. It can be anything though, from watching or playing things that don't raise our vibration, to obsessing about diet or letting the diet go kaput. In fact, none of these things are intrinsically good or bad. It's how we judge them, even deep down, that traps us in the negative energy, self-sabotaging energy. Any of those things done with a loving, heart-centered, grateful attitude and no guilt or regret, then you're not trapped. There's the illusion. It's all about how it makes you feel. The Hierophant. Here is the Unity card. Back again to underline that message. Here it's also saying to stay consistent in your spiritual practice, however that looks for you. If you're switching it sideways or back to front like the Unity card was suggesting, a deeper dig into what works for you too. Underlined. In addition to that though, remember that we create our own paths as we walk them. Following rigid rules won't always work for everyone. I sound like a broken record saying this again. But in that heart-centered energy, we can get to the point where we just know what's right for us. Eight of Cups. Having learned all you can learn from a situation, you're turning the page and beginning a new chapter. No regret, no recriminations. It's simply time to move on. You've grown beyond the confines of that situation. This is you being called to a new path, again with the inspired action, knowing that this is the right thing to do. Generally, this gets translated as moving away from disappointment, but that's not the case here. You're simply choosing the better energy, choosing to move away from that devil energy, knowing that the chapter is closed. Osho Zen now. Receptivity, the Queen of Water in this deck. Divine feminine energy in the receptive mode. Water and the emotions. You can see how that fits beautifully. Flowing yin energy, being in receiving mode, allowing mode. No force, no effort, simply allowing everything to flow in so that it can overflow back out. In this card, the Master is explaining why force, effort, doesn't work. That everyone has to reach this point regardless of gender, flow in that yin, listening without judging, without the awareness of self-imposing opinion, without that inner voice making inner commentary over the top of whoever's speaking. Listen with your heart. Five of Rainbows. The outsider, feeling shut away from the world, alone, cut off. The reality is that the gate isn't locked and the child could get out easily. Let your inner child out to play. I heard that clearly, although it's not part of the meaning of this card in the book. Remember that you are enough in and of yourself. And that's what the heart chakra work will help you realize. And that you are part of the whole, the universe. Unity. We are all one. The only way to get to the point where you know that is to go inwards, to create your spiritual practice and become consistent with it. Awareness. You're becoming more and more aware that what we see, smell, taste and touch is the maya, the illusion, that current circumstances are not a reliable guide to reality. By letting go of the need to be a human doing, you can settle into the receptive, allowing yin energy of being a human being, just being. An awareness of the observer, the point of consciousness that the Master calls the witness here. Snapping in behind your two eyes so that you can be completely present in the moment, in the no mind state that's all heart. The rebel. Coming into your own. Here's the divine masculine energy, the yang that completes the balance here. The torch in his hands, it represents their own personal truth. Here, divine masculine energy has broken the conditioning that society placed on their energy. A rebel in that they choose their own path, know their own nature, and are now taking the inspired steps to live in accordance with that nature. The outsider wanted to fit in. The rebel doesn't care either way. Everyday Witch Oracle. Meditation to dig deep. Love it. You know that this whole reading is walking us through a spiritual step up, another boost to your base vibrational level. It may not feel like it yet, but you're making good progress. Now you really do need to dig deep into your spiritual practice, whatever form that takes, whatever works for you. Take the time, make the time. The effort to be happy is the only effort worth making, and the cards say that meditation is the key. Heart-focused meditation, meditation to dig deep. With so many clunks upside the head with a frying pan of enlightenment, I might be tempted to give it a try myself, but you know, it's always entirely up to you. Group 2, that was powerful. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up so that YouTube knows that you liked it and shares it with more people. And comment below with what resonated for you. And while you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get a message whenever I upload a new pick a card reading like this one. I'm moving on to group 3 now, so until next time, group 2, love and healing blessings to you and your loved ones. Bye. Group 3, hello, welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and just leave the rest be. crystal card is Labrador, and that bracelet that I always wear is also Labradorite. Love it. Labradorite. What it is, Labradorite is a feldspar mineral first discovered in Canada's frozen north. The stone seems to hold the light of the aurora borealis just beneath its surface. This slightly psychedelic iridescent dance is known quite appropriately as Labradorescence. Who needs it? Adventurers exploring far-off lands, places, alchemical, spiritual, artistic, and dreamy. Any Pisces, where to put it, wherever you cast your spells, when to use it, when you've lost your faith in magic. The world is a weird, wonderful, whimsical, watery rock hurtling through space, and you're on it, and that makes you special. Gaze into Labradorite and delight in that. And the mantra is protect your magic. All the way through this reading, I just asked the simple question, what do I need to know right now? And I only changed which group I was asking the question for each time. So this is completely open-ended. Your energy oracle card is anxiety. Whatever you are stressing over, it really isn't as bad as you think. In fact, the very fact of stressing over it all may make it appear bigger and more looming than it actually is. We're talking 3 o'clock in the morning fears. The guidebook says that brooding and fretting will never solve things, so relax, trust in yourself and your process. I know that's easier said than done. I also know that I've needed to hear this many times, and in the middle of everything seemingly going bang around me, it was impossible to hear. You know what, though? When I faced actual tower moments, I was always calm, collected, and focused. I flowed through tower moments effortlessly and released all the emotions after the fallout settled. Towers come unexpectedly. This is not that energy. These days, I know that if I'm stressing or worrying, then it isn't the tower. It's just the 9 of Swords. Dragon Oracle card. You got 2 of these. Fire Dragon. Oh, that's going to get you out of the stress, worry crud. Fire Dragon burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. Yeah, this anxiety that's keeping your vibrational level down. Fire dragons, and this is a mental construct. The analogy works as well as any other. Call it dragons, call it angels, call it higher self. However you want to look at it, this energy will cleanse and transmute this fear energy, because that's what anxiety is. We have 2 main states with different flavors. We're either in fear or we're in love. You're safe and protected. Nothing to fear but fear itself. Carnelian's pink dragon. What was I just saying? Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolve by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. It's all about transmuting fear into love. It's that simple. What you need to know right now is this. Let the fears and worries go. You are safe. You are protected. Allow yourself to feel the love. The freedom here is the release from these worries and fears. It'll feel like flying. You'll feel so free. And it's beautiful energy. Fairy Tarot. 10 of Spring. Ask for help for others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. You can ask for help, you know. Even setting the intention for the right help to manifest in for you is a good start. But then take action on that. When we get completely bogged down in the worries, we often feel as if there's no answer, and that's not true. You just can't get to the solution from the same energy as the problem. Try and distract yourself out of it if nothing else is working. Just long enough for your energy to rise. Watch a comedy, you know, something light and mindless, mental bubblegum, anything to make you smile or laugh. Try and delegate responsibilities or find a way to take a day off and relax completely. Even if that means doing extra over a couple of days so that you can relax with no responsibilities. Eight of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. You know, the work you're doing here, it's really good. And the practice that you're putting in will make perfect. I always get the feel of mental flow from this card. Learn all you can in this energy. Learn by teaching if that's the situation that you're in. All of these responsibilities and that heavy load you've been carrying is about to pay off, though. There's recognition and reward for the work that you've done, like gaining a qualification, receiving your mastery, or being really well paid for top quality work. Six of Summer. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past. Remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. See things through the eyes of your inner child. Experiences from your childhood or when you were younger could provide insights into your current circumstances. Be careful not to put your filter lenses on as well. The past was not either as bad or as good as you perceive it to have been now. There could be someone from your past coming back in, but don't worry about it because it's a positive thing. Certain. The Empress. Time to take action. The power of creativity. Success that allows for a life of luxury. So, coming out of that negative energy and getting in touch with your inner child, you get into the swing of your craft, your high quality work, and are recognized for what you've done, which then frees up your creativity so that you can flow it out. And here's the step up, the intentions that you've set manifesting in. Beautiful, divine, feminine, creative energy. That's the sum of all four queens. You're out of the planning stage, out of the stresses and the hassles, and now you can flow the inspired actions in this high vibrational energy. The guidebook actually says with this card, hard work that has paid off here. Everyday Witch Tarot. The Lovers, the power that love has to heal and raise our vibration. Go back to the pink dragon there. Firm love that resets your karmic balance. I have to say it though. This card means self-love too. Call it self-acceptance if that's more comfortable. This could be another energy from another person coming in for you. Deep friendship, a romantic relationship. It could be any of the types of love from Eros to Agape. They all count here. I'm drawn to the fact that these two people have chosen to stand together. And that's the energy I'm getting. Someone who chooses to stand up alongside you, my back to yours. Seven of Wands. Just because it feels like everyone is out to get you doesn't mean that they are. This could be the root of that anxiety then. Everything getting too peoply and irritating, and then the stress of trying to please all of the people all of the time. Sometimes we react to current circumstances as if they were tower moments that we've experienced in the past, and that's not helpful, and it's also unfair on the people around you as well. This card with the Lovers is telling me that it's safe to let your guard down. You are safe and protected, remember? Letting your guard down will go a long way to calming that anxiety. Ten of Cups, calming it and then some. Here's your happy place flowing in. The release of all those negative energies, worries, fears. It does lift you out of that blue funk. This is finding joy in the people around you, sitting at the end of the rainbow. In this deck, it says that it was hard work that brought you to this point. I add to that, this is the point where you let go of the need for the effort. The only effort that's worth making is to get your energy to the Ten of Cups. Find you're happy, then milk it. Every 10 of Cups moment is a jumping off point for manifestations to start raining in like hitting the jackpot. Queen of Wands, your energy here. Fire element, divine feminine energy. As always, that's not gender specific. It's yin energy, the receptive part of fire. You can be both strong and nurturing. Remember the Empress there? Flowing that creative energy out. Here you found your feet and are back in your best high vibe. And I love how the fire dragon is back. Nice synchronicity there between two different decks. This queen can't even start with the 3 o'clock in the morning fears. She's not for wallowing. She takes her passion and she just goes with it. Inspired action, following out of, finding your joy. Osho Zen. Projections. We can all get up. Projecting our own meanings onto things. However long we've been walking the manifesting walk. Not being fully aware of our inner thoughts, desires, judgments. Blaming others for them. What we hate in others we dislike in ourselves. Other people mirror back our faulty thinking constantly until we fix our patterns of behaviour. Trekkies, doesn't this look like Riker and his hologram perfect woman, Minuet? She couldn't be everything to him because she wasn't objectively real. Projecting your needs out onto your crush works that way. You create them in the image of your ideals. No one could ever live up to that. Beyond illusion, the butterfly as the outer world, the Maya, the illusion, and behind it, the consciousness turns inward to contemplate what's actually real. This is backing up that last card beautifully. What's happening to us right now, the current circumstances or contrast, is not the reality. We're projecting that onto our reality. These fears and worries are not objectively real. Hard to hear, I know. The internal world, that's real. As always, when we talk about this, we have to talk about releasing judgments. This is good. This is bad. I want this. I don't want that. Those aren't intentions. Intentions are set in the feeling of love and gratitude, not judgment. Maya as illusion isn't quite the whole concept. Reality exists. Maya is the point of creation, the point where our thoughts almost exist. Get good at getting to the point where you can sense that fractional difference. Completion, the final piece of a puzzle dropping into place. A simple moment where you can see the whole picture, where everything drops into place for clarity to go clunk. It does tend to make me jump in meditation. Remembering that it's never permanently complete. Each time it happens, it's a start of another cycle. Sort out one pattern of thinking and step up into clarity. And the next things that we need to get clarity on pop up to be sorted out. Before enlightenment, fetch water, chop wood. After enlightenment, fetch water, chop wood. This is the point where for an instant, the mirror reflects nothing. There are no projections. We can feel that we are all one. The lovers, understanding that our partners reflect aspects of our deeper self back to us. This supports us to become whole, complete. Again, we hate most in others what we dislike in ourselves. Everyone in our lives has this role to play. As Neville Goddard says, everyone is you pushed out. Letting go of love as the desire for another, the need for another, and let it become a sharing in balance of two complete people, and then add meditation to it. That's true love. The Buddha said that compassion is love with meditation. That's what the pink dragon promised us. Complete compassion, complete love. And the fire dragon help to change the energies around us to create it. And that is incredibly powerful. Everyday Witch Oracle. Inspiration and courage. All of the contrast, all of the challenges give us the opportunity to grow. Without the challenges, the worries, the fears, you couldn't have got to this place of clarity. This is pushing beyond the boundaries, the self-imposed limits, that feeling of freedom I was talking about here. The moment in the labyrinth where Sarah turns to Jareth and says, "You have no power over me." Jareth, the universe, had been working according to Sarah's expectations, creating all her hidden fears and desires to mirror back to her. It was only the point of clarity that allowed her to rescue her inner child and come back to that place of self-acceptance. Watch that film again from that perspective. It's an eye-opener. The trick, it's not a trick. The trick is to change our patterns of thought, change how we think about things, change how we react to things. Yeah, that takes courage, and it is an inspired action. Put the effort in that you need in order to feel better. That's it. Group 3, I felt this reading very strongly. Thank you for sharing that with me. And if you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. It's the best help you could give me because it makes YouTube recommend my videos to more people. So thank you for all your likes and your comments. While you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get a message whenever I upload a new pick a card reading like this one. That's it for me for this timeless reading. Until next time, I'm sending all my love and healing blessings to you and your loved ones. Bye.